Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Now forget the Wall Street crypto speculators for a minute. Today, we're looking at a true financial revolution. And the crazy part, it was sparked by everyday people in a developing nation. This isn't a tale of just trying to get rich quick. It's a fascinating case study of necessity, rapid innovation, and sheer resilience. Okay, let's dive right into this.
To really understand this story, I want you to put yourself in a very specific situation. Imagine living in a country where sky-high inflation is literally eating away at your hard-earned savings every single day. Imagine trying to do some global business, but you find out international payments are either absurdly expensive or just completely blocked. Access to foreign currency? Strictly limited. These are the daily, on-the-ground realities for millions of people, which naturally begs the question, why did Nigeria, a developing economy, embrace digital assets so much faster and honestly so much more enthusiastically than the world's wealthiest nations?
Well, that brings us to Section 1, Real Problems, Digital Solutions, bypassing the barriers of traditional finance.
It all starts with the demographics. Nigeria is fueled by this massive, incredibly tech-savvy youth demographic. We're talking millions of people under the age of 35. And armed with just their smartphones, they didn't just adapt to new technology, they actively weaponized it. They were actively out there searching for alternative economic opportunities that their local, traditional economy just couldn't give them.
And this brilliantly illustrates the staggering contrast they were facing. On one side, you've got a sluggish, highly gate-kept traditional banking system that's just paralyzed by high fees, weeks of delays, and steep currency conversion costs. On the other side, you've got the 24/7 borderless reality of cryptocurrency. It offers fast, peer-to-peer transfers with barely any friction. It's like night and day.
Let's walk through a real-world scenario to make this concrete. Imagine a graphic designer living in Lagos. They finish up a freelance project for a client over in the United States. Under the old banking system, getting paid meant jumping through a dozen administrative hoops and waiting weeks to actually see the cash. But with digital assets, they complete the work, totally bypass the expensive traditional bank fees and delays, and boom, receive the payment directly to a digital wallet in minutes. This completely blew the global remote work economy wide open for them.
Now, getting paid is great, but preserving that wealth against a rapidly depreciating local currency, that's the other half of the battle. Enter stablecoins. For Nigerians, cryptocurrencies designed to track the US dollar, like USDT or USDC, were absolutely crucial. They weren't using these as speculative trading vehicles, they were using them as lifeboats. It allowed everyday people to essentially hold digital dollars, protecting their life savings from rampant local inflation right from their phones.
But how did they actually trade all this? Well, when traditional financial gateways and central banks started throwing up roadblocks, Nigerians just routed around them. Peer-to-peer or P2P trading became the true community-driven engine of Nigeria's localized crypto adoption. Individuals started buying and selling directly with one another rather than relying on centralized institutions. It became a thriving grassroots economy practically overnight.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Building the Crypto Ecosystem. The rise of Nigerian blockchain entrepreneurs.
So we transitioned from individual survival to something even bigger. Entirely new local industries sprouted up. Ambitious entrepreneurs saw this massive demand and started building. We're talking local cryptocurrency exchanges, dedicated educational platforms and training, Web3 startups focused on decentralized finance, and an absolute army of freelance blockchain developers. Nigeria totally transformed from just consuming global tech into an active creator and a massive provider of new digital jobs.
Next up is Section 3, Navigating Risks and Regulations. The Challenges of a Decentralized Revolution.
Now let's do a quick reality check here, because a financial revolution moving at this breakneck speed comes with some very serious growing pains. Bypassing traditional finance also means bypassing its safety nets. Users faced extreme price volatility. There was an absolute flood of fake investment scams and phishing attacks. And of course, the unforgiving security mistakes, like losing a recovery phrase, which means that those funds are gone forever. All of this, by the way, was unfolding under a giant cloud of regulatory uncertainty as governments scrambled to figure out how to manage borderless money.
So the crucial point is this. The community quickly realized that education is far more important than investment. Community-led learning became their most powerful defense mechanism against scams and volatility. They figured out pretty fast that real knowledge, like understanding how private keys work or how to spot a fraudster, was the only actual security system you have in a decentralized, trustless environment.
Which brings us to Section 4, Nigeria's global blockchain impact, teaching the world about financial inclusion.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a massive global ripple effect.
Global tech companies are literally treating Nigeria as the ultimate case study right now. The big takeaways: you absolutely need lightweight, mobile-first applications. You have to focus on real-world utility rather than just pure speculation. This whole movement has inspired a massive wave of startups across the entire African continent, proving for sure that emerging markets are no longer just consumers, they are the new, incredibly important hubs for designing practical, global financial solutions.
I love this quote from the source material because it really brings it all home. Nigeria is no longer simply following global crypto trends. It is helping shape them. This remarkable journey proves that incredible, game-changing financial innovation doesn't always have to come out of Silicon Valley or Wall Street. Sometimes the most resilient and practical innovations emerge exactly where they are needed the absolute most.
The Nigerian crypto story really is a powerful testament to human ingenuity when faced with massive financial barriers. They took this highly complex technology and simply used it to solve everyday practical problems. And you know, the next chapter of money is being written right now, in real time, all over the world. So, looking at the practical lessons of Nigeria's crypto revolution, how might these tools apply to your own financial future? The revolution is happening. Will you be a part of it? Thanks so much for checking out this explainer, and keep exploring.